Hey guys, it's Phoenix Rising here. Today I am doing a little bit of art for you to watch me do while I talk about some things. And today, well, first and foremost, the support that has been flowing in from everyone has just been really overwhelming. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been with me. And I know that all my videos so far has been kind of different. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how best I am comfortable doing this. I want to reach out, and I definitely want to educate people on abuse and, make an impact and make a positive change. I'm just still trying to figure out how best I am comfortable with being on YouTube. I'm still figuring out. So thank you so much. And if anybody has any suggestions for me on, things that would improve my channel, feel free to put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. Alright, so today we're going to talk about, like I said, financial or economic abuse, what it is and how we can kind of help ourselves if we are stuck in that situation. So, what is financial or economic abuse? This is an abuse that creates elements of control over a person through monetary or financial means. It is considered a hidden abuse. Most oftentimes people have never heard of this. Even people who are in abusive situations, you say financial abuse and most people look at you and go, what? Financial abuse? Is that like a real thing? And the answer is yes, absolutely. It is a real thing. It is an extremely subtle abuse, and it's a crippling abuse. It goes hand in hand with other types of abuse. Chances are, if you're being economically or financially abused, you're probably being abused in other ways, most likely emotionally and mentally. Financial abuse is a great way of isolating you. If you don't have money, you can't escape, right? You can't leave, you can't go out. You're less likely to contact your friends and try to, arrange meets because, you don't have money. You can't leave. You don't have any freedoms. This is something that I have experienced myself. And we'll get into that a little bit later. So what financial abuse absolutely is it is control. It is an isolating means of control. So what are some ways of being financially abused? Well, if you are in a relationship or in a situation where somebody doesn't allow you to work, or they do allow you to work, or they force you to hand over your entire paycheck, or if your husband or wife says, okay, you can only have an allowance of this month per time. If these people make you lose your jobs, if they find a way to make sure that you don't have an income, they'll do things to intentionally make you lose your jobs. Another form of financial abuse is, making purchases from your account, stealing from you basically without your permission, making major purchases, without consulting you first. If they control all of the expenses, if you're in a situation where you have absolutely no idea what your living expenses and stuff are, and your partner controls all of that, and they don't give you access or information about these things, then that also contributes to financial abuse. And then also, you also have on the other side of that spectrum, financial abuse can also be where you have a partner who doesn't have a job and they don't contribute. And you support their habits, you support them day to day, and they do absolutely nothing to contribute back. They keep you broke, they keep you living paycheck to paycheck, and guilting you into making purchases that you can't afford, stuff like that. So these are all great examples of what financial abuse is. Now, So like I said, so I'm gonna use my own example, my own experiences, to kind of give you guys a good picture of what a very subtle example of financial abuse is. So my ex-husband was originally from Australia, and he came and lived with us in the States for about 3-4 years. He lived with us rent-free and didn't have any bills. We fed him, clothed him, you know, everything. He didn't have to worry about anything. I was working and going to college at the same time because I needed to pay my mother rent, because I wasn't, you know, I'm not one of those people that, oh, I live with my mom, so I'm good type thing. My mom, you know, we were living under her roof, so I had to pay her rent. I had my own bills to care for, college, of course, and also I was the one working, trying to save up money to get the marriage visa so that we could go to Australia, because that's where he wanted to be. So during the years, you know, and you know, it was very difficult to get him to help around the house. He didn't want to really contribute to things during the family. I had contacts, business contacts, that actually offered him under the table jobs. You know, we'll pay you cash, you know, just to help you out or whatever. He'd be, no, what if they catch me, what if I get deported, blah 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 blah. And so he actually refused several job offers of under the table cash jobs that he could use if he, you know, if he wanted to help me save up money for the marriage visa. He did not and would not work. So basically it was like a 4-year freeload vacation for him. And I defended it. Like, okay, so I just want you guys to know that I if there is a mistake that can be made by an abuse victim, I have made it. I'm no longer an abuse victim. I am a survivor. That's why I call myself a phoenix. I have risen from my ashes and I am making a change. But if there was a mistake to be made, I have made it. So me being blind, naturally, you know, my mom and I would argue about this, and it caused problems between me and my family. It isolated me from them, even though we were in the same home. Okay, so we skip forward, and now we're in Australia. Well, the pay system in Australia is a lot different. I had quit my job, I had stopped my college and everything to move to a foreign country to be with my foreign husband in his country. So I was kind of at that awkward stage in my career where I was overqualified to get a quote-unquote normal job, but I was underqualified to get anything better. And the way it works in Australia is you get paid by your age and by your qualifications. So where it would have been like $25 an hour for me to work at a shoe store, they could pay an Aussie kid at a high school $12 an hour, and you know, so it, you know, economically, I understood as a business college student why I could not get a job. My ex-husband, however, did not know. He refused to let me go to college because he didn't want to pay for it. I said, okay, well, what about a trade school? I could go and be a paramedic. You know, the course is not that expensive. It's 3 months of schooling, and then I'll be a paramedic and I'll be making more money than you as a Domino's manager. Well, he didn't want to pay for that either. If you want to get a job like that, if you want to go to school, you're gonna have to get a job and pay for it on your own. Okay, so I get job interviews. He refused to take me to any of my job interviews. He made me take the bus in a country where I did not know anybody, did not know my way around, didn't even know the geography or the layout. Terrified, by the way, of trains and public transport. I have severe social anxiety. I always have. So, you know, and he knew this. This was something that he was aware of. So, refused to even help me get a job. And at the end of the day, he ultimately cost me job opportunities while I was there. I had absolutely no money for myself. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't have a way. I was completely trapped. So, so this is the same person, you know, and both sides of the spectrum. Sorry, my cat is sneezing all over me. Gross. Sorry. So, you know, both kinds of financial abuse from the same person. And you really don't think of it as abuse, which is why it is considered like a hidden abuse, because it's not something, you know, that you think is harmful, really, but at the end of the day, it is absolutely an element of control over your freedom. And you know, it's usually just conveyed in such a subtle way that, you know, and maybe even most of the people who exercise this kind of abuse on their partners don't even realize that's what they're doing. It's extremely subtle. It's aggravating. So you have to know the signs. You have to know the signs. And the major sign is, you know, you can ask yourself, does your partner contribute in any way, shape, or form? Because it is absolutely possible to be in a relationship with somebody who does not have a job and they are not taking advantage of you financially. You know, the stay-at-home parent partner, they clean the house, they cook the food, they take care of the kids. That's equal contribution. They don't have an income, but they do, but as a work-at-home mom, I also understand that is a full-time job in itself. So it is absolutely possible to be in a relationship without being financially abused by someone who doesn't have an income. But again, those warning signs, if they don't let you work, or if they don't work and they absolutely keep you strapped down and they know that you're struggling and they refuse to help you, these are all just things to just be aware of. And if you feel like you can have a conversation with your partner about this problem, then great, go for it. But you know your situation better than I do. So now that you understand what financial abuse is, I know that there are some of you who have been exactly where I have been. You're in a situation you cannot get out of. You have absolutely no freedom. For whatever spectrum that is coming from, here are some solutions, because it is absolutely, you can't escape if you don't have an escape egg, right? So if your partner will not let you go out and get a job, more than likely your partner has a job. So they're not home all the time. There are ways of making money online. You play to your strengths in that area. All you have to do is Google how to make money online and you will get pages upon pages of results. There is always a way to make money online, okay? Especially if you have skills that you have to offer. Get yourself your own little secret bank account. Get yourself some scrap change together. You know, Chime, the online banking apps. Some of them are really great. You know, it's discreet. It's on your phone. You never got to go to a bank, so you don't have to have like a, can you take me here type thing going on. So get yourself your own bank account. Get a savings account. Start saving money. Start creating yourself a little nest egg. Hide your cash. If you don't have an income and you're given an allowance or whatever, save it up. Hide it. Put it in a place where you can't, where it can't be found, and save it. There is nothing better for a fast getaway than cold hard cash. And if you're given an allowance, or maybe you can get yourself an allowance if you are in a situation where you're not given an allowance at all, find a way to get yourself an allowance. Scrap up every little bit of change that you can, and you put it in a safe place, and don't ever look at it. Don't ever, when that person is around, you act like it doesn't exist, and you don't ever let them know where it is, okay? Because again, if you have cash, you can escape, and they don't want that. Okay, neighbors are mowing. You guys are getting the full Stanifer Hill experience today. All right, so yeah, hide some cash. There are other ways. If you have a vehicle and your partner doesn't let you go out and get a job, again, they're not home all the time. If you have a vehicle, Instacart, Uber Eats, little things that you can do like that. You get paid daily. It goes to you can do it through a PayPal, I believe. you know, just do little odds and end jobs. Work for your neighbors. You know, walk somebody's dog, babysit a kid, whatever you got to do. Save, save, save. Also, cell phone apps are a great subtle way for you to start getting reserve cash. Now, this is not going to get you a lot of cash fast, but you know, you have your cash app backs, like Retail Me Not, like Receipt Hog, other cashback apps that gives you money back for your purchases and your receipts that goes to your PayPal. There's games that you can win actual money and you don't have to pay any money for it. Yeah, you only win like 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents at a time, but you know what are you doing when your abuser looks at you? You're just playing a game. They have no idea that you're playing a game and getting money, and you know, eventually you're gonna have $5, $10, $15, you know, on 5 or 6 different game apps, you know, and you can send to yourself in a quick pinch. And I know that these all seem kind of like drastic, sneaky options, but if you're in the situation that you're in, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and there is no more a dangerous time for somebody who is being abused than when they are trying to leave. And you know, it's just these are all just little ways that you can prepare and escape. Little ways to get yourself some chump change every now, you know, here and there. And again, it's all about creating a safety egg for yourself. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will get to you guys as soon as possible. If you guys have any tips, let me know. And I really need to work on figuring out how to end my videos without sounding all awkward like I'm getting off of a strange phone call. And before you leave here, hit that like and subscribe button for me if you wouldn't mind. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. Make sure you share. We're trying to make an impact, guys. We're trying to reach out. We're trying to educate people. We're trying to help other people. If you are a phoenix like I am, someone who has survived, someone who has escaped, someone who has learned how to live with all these things going on, message me, send me a comment. I would like to interview you. I want to tell your story. I want the world to know what you went through and how you survived and what you have done for yourself. That's the great thing about, you know, the situation that we're all in, is that we are not alone. They've only made us think we're alone. You have so much love and so much support. Okay, so if you have a story to tell it. Message me. I want to hear your story. Okay, again, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Thanks so much. Love you.